Hi, it's Cassie with Rinea. Today I'm going to show you a quick, fun technique using a stencil in your Rinea foiled paper. So you're going to start with your Rinea paper, and then on top of that it will be your stencil, and then on top of that is the embossing plate, and then your normal sandwich for whatever machine you're using. You run it through your machine, and you'll see when it comes out that it's still flat, but it has a really cool texture in the shape of that stencil. Super fun, another great way to use your stencils and your Rinea paper. Now I'm going to stamp onto this, or ink onto the stamp with some white pigment ink onto the jelly press, and then put it onto my foiled paper, and just to start building my background. I'm going to use that same stencil with some turquoise ink, and then I'm going to add that to my background in specific areas so that I can help to make a cohesive background and bring out that texture and the shape that's in the background that we made with the stencil. So then my focal point is going to be this man with these spectacles, and these are stamp sets, and I have just stamped them on white cardstock and vellum. The spectacles are in vellum and the rest is on white cardstock, and then I've just fussy cut it so that I can stick it on top of this card base to be my focal point. So then once all of that was cut out, then I'm starting to build my my mats and my card base. So I'm sticking the Rinea paper down onto some white cardstock with some double-sided adhesive, and you'll see it has just a nice thin border around it. You usually only do one mat, but I decided this time that the purple looked nice against the white and then black on top of that. It really helped to build the layers nicely, and I like the way that it looked. So then I'm just adding some fibers here, wrapping it around 3 times and tying a little knot on the side. And then I have an acrylic white paint pen, and I'm just going to use that to make some dots around the background, and just to help give it a little bit of fun motion. And this really ended up sort of being like kind of like a journal page on a card. So that's pretty fun. And really, you can't get enough washi tape, and I find that washi tape really helps to accentuate your focal point and give it some more focus, and so I like to add that when I can. I like to do faux stitching. I really like real stitching, but I don't always have the time, and I don't have my machine out always to do that. So really love that wheel for some faux stitching with some white pigment ink, and then using some clear wet adhesive to stick those spectacles down to make sure you don't see that adhesive in the background. I wanted the man and the hat to pop off the page, so I'm just using some foam adhesive there, and going to stick that down, and that will be my focal point for this piece. And finally, I really just wanted some yellow splatter. I wanted a light color but not white, to give a good contrast to the rest of this. So then just sticking that card onto my base. The final card is 5.5 by 5.5, and there you can see the final piece. Here in the close-up pictures, you can see a little bit better to that texture from the stencil when we ran it through the machine. This is so fun to do, and it's flat, which I think is pretty cool too. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing if you don't already, and I hope you have a wonderful day.